Hey people, I'm going to do another Doctor Who review, and this one was requested on my Facebook group, and today we're talking about all 32 Doctors canon regenerations. Now, what I believe the person wanted me to do was to actually select a few of the Doctors and put them in like a ranked from best to worst. I'm not going to do that, but I am going to do a lot of swearing, and I'm going to be telling you what I think of a lot of my Doctors as the best I can. Like I said, let's get into it. I'm not going to do a Doctor Who theme, but I will be doing another viewer's discretion. So just in case, I've got some children on my channel, so this is about Doctor Who, a kids show, but this is not for kids. Trust me, this review is not for children. And here it is. This is done by United Mayhem Pro Wrestling. Upload by.
The following program is rated TV. The following program is rated TV MALV. It contains strong language and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Okay, now we've got that legal bullshit out of the way. Let's get into it. So, I have found an article that gives me a listing rundown of all 32 Doctors. So, here we go. And since a lot of you complained when I was not trying to be nice towards children in another video concerning another stupid fucking movie, which I'm not going to bring up anymore, but I'm going to be brutal on these kids because that's what you guys want me to do. So let's get into it. This is the thing. So here we go. The Timeless Children. These are supposed to be the first Doctor's main regenerations. So basically, first of all, who come up with this idea of children? First, people who come up with the idea for the children, fuck you. The idea of putting children as the Doctor, fuck you to the fucking moon. The Doctor's regenerations did not start with fucking children. So fuck you. I mean, I don't really care if it was a fucking female fucking girl and then decided to be an Asian fucking girl. I don't give a fucking shit. And then a fucking blonde which basically looks like Jodie Whittaker when she was fucking 10. So fuck that. And I mean that, and when I say fuck that, I don't mean fuck the kid, I mean fuck the whole stupidity of this shit. Then we have all these other fucking, Doctors, even a black. I wanted a black dude. I really did want a black dude, man. I've been hanging that since I saw a black dude Doctor on a parody. That dude would have been awesome as a Doctor, but no! That should have been coming instead of fucking Jodie fucking Whittaker. So fuck that shit. And then we have this one, the Brain of Morbius. But now let me tell you something, you motherfuckers. These Doctors aren't even fucking canon. They're not fucking Doctors. Let me fucking explain to you. Alright? During the Brain of Morbius episode, which contains the 4th Doctor and the Brain of Morbius. Now, the idea was they had their brains hooked up to a monitor screen thingy, and basically Morbius, who was supposed to be a Time Lord, mind you, whose body had been, his body was so badly damaged that his brain was taken out and put inside a giant glass jar thingy and then mounted onto a bloody mutant fucking animal thing. So, when the Doctor turns up on the planet, they go through this whole process of this, basically this Morbius Time Lord decides he wants to take the Doctor's regenerations. So as we go on to it, there's this battle of wits and stuff inside this computer matrixy thingy to steal regenerations or something. And as we're going through that scene, you see all these flicks of all the Doctor's previous incarnations. And even Morbius says that. There's a show all the previous regenerations, right? And then all of a sudden, you see these motherfuckers turn up, by the way, here's another tidbit about these motherfuckers. Half of them were actually executives and actually script writers and directors of actually Doctor Who itself. They are not canon actors. They're not even canon doctors, for that matter. And another thing, that's actually Morbius. For fuck's sake, that is not the Doctor. Let me explain. During that scene, there was a battle of the minds. So you had all the reincarnations of the Doctor. Then you see all the pictures of this guy, and that is supposed to be fucking Morbius. That's all of fucking Morbius's regenerations. Not even fucking close to the Doctor. Fuck me. And any idiot could have seen that. But then for some of us who are idiots and morons, basically everyone thinks that these are, first of all, they think they are the Doctor. They are not the Doctor. They never were the Doctor. They never will be the Doctor. And even if they were the Doctor, it would be from another alternate universe, a bit like the Valiant or something like that, which I'm going to be getting to as well another time. So we have that one. So that's my rant about that. Then we have this shit right here. This fucking Doctor. Basically, this was Chris Chibnall's way of trying to say, more or less, fuck you to the Doctor Who fans again. The Doctor would, because everyone says, us true fans of Doctor Who say, the Doctor was never a female. There's only been one case of when the Doctor was a female, and that was in a parody by none other than, I think it was Russell T Davies, who actually did it. And that was for a Red Nose Day with some of the Rowan Atkinson and crew. So, yeah. I loved that Ruth Doctor. So, but she felt more like the Doctor. When you watch clips of her on YouTube or see the episode she was in, The Fugitive of the Judoon, you get a real feel that this is the Doctor. You know, she feels like the Doctor. I mean, okay, yeah, she used guns and stuff, which was not Doctor-like. But then again, as you see with Christopher Eccleston, he wasn't afraid to shoot a dog now, was he? So, more or less, I really think, she could have been so fucking better, but I really did like her. I really thought she was absolutely brilliant as the Doctor. I mean, she really captured the essence of the Doctor far more better than fucking Jodie Whittaker did. So, she should have been the first Doctor of this new runner series of being a female Doctor. But no, she's actually one of the first Doctors before even the bloody first Doctor, all those fucking kids. Another thing too, may those parents of the parents of those fucking kids never have a good life. May they suffer terribly for letting their kids do it, and may those children never ever act again in anything else again. May their whole entire acting career be cancelled because of that. Now, like I said, also, so we've done that one. Then we also said we've done, like I said, the Ruth Doctor. So we finished her. Now we get to the real blessing of William Hartnell. Now, again, William Hartnell was there, and he still is to me the first Doctor. Fuck the Timeless Children. Fuck Ruth. That is the first Doctor to me. And he was a very crutchy old dude, but then again, that's because, as well, the character William Hartnell, who played the first Doctor, was having some medical issues. And towards the end of his run, you could tell that the actual actors and the actual staff actually had to help him with his lines and various things like that. You'll actually see that, I think, in the actual thing called Journey in Time and Space, a documentary on the first Doctor's outing. So, to be honest, the first Doctor, even though he was like a crutchety old grandpa, he was very good. I thought he was really, really good. It's like, what are you doing now? tea, go and make me some tea, or, you know, a bit of a Yoda I am, kind of thing going on with this doctor. He even had that kind of laugh. So he was very good. I absolutely loved, William Hartnell's Doctor. And then we have the second Doctor, which is Patrick Troughton, okay, the second Doctor. And he was absolutely brilliant. Yes, he had this really brilliant mind, yes. And, he kind of, if you've ever watched, like, the Three Stooges, you get this vibe. He's supposed to be like a Moe kind of character from the Three Stooges, because he's even got that bowler cut, like the Beatles cut, and bowler cut, like the Three Stooges had, like Moe had. He's very much that kind of entertaining character. There was even a lot of scenes where he's actually being entertaining. So, yeah. So I really liked his Doctor too. He was very good. And then we have the third Doctor, which was John Pertwee. Yes, my dear fellow, we got to there's something done here. There's something evil here. We've got to do something about this. Kind of Doctor, and he was brilliant. He even had him do ninjutsu, karate, and ninjutsu, but there was a few little things that kind of annoyed me with his Doctor. Was he just seemed to be where we had a little bit of a serious Doctor, and then we had a comedic Doctor. We went back to being absolutely serious again. But he wasn't bad. I really enjoyed some of the episodes I've seen, like Destiny of the Daleks, and I could be wrong, but it was one of those kind of things like Destiny of the Daleks and some other various Dalek episodes with him in it. That was brilliant. And even his regeneration into Tom Baker's Doctor was brilliant. Now, so yes, he was quite good. And then, here we go. Then we get onto the fourth Doctor, Tom Baker. So would you like a jelly, baby? So this is the fourth Doctor. Now, the fourth Doctor, again, will always be a favourite. Like I said, I've got the scarf of his Doctor. Even I had my mum make like a fake-looking scarf of his Doctor. But it was still very well done. I feel his Doctor was always the best. He was one of the best Doctors. Although, sadly though, to say, with Tom Baker, no offense to you, Tom, out there, if you're watching this video, but as years went on, Tom became more irritable on set, and became like, I'm the star of the show. You can't tell me what to do. I tell you what to do. And things like that kind of attitude. I'm the Doctor, and you have to do what I say, sort of thing. Kind of thing going on behind the scenes. And that was a bit irritable towards the end. But then again, he was coming to the end of his regeneration. And then eventually he regenerated, and he was supposed to come back for the 5 Doctors. But Tom Baker, still being a bit salty and sore, did not actually come back. He was like, who are all these other fellows? I don't know. I am the Doctor. I am the definite article, you might say. I'm the Doctor. All these other Doctors, I know nothing about them. Then just put me up there during signings and stuff. Put me up the other end of the building. I want nothing to do with these Doctors. It was basically like Tom's response to this sort of thing. And, I felt that was a bit narcissist. I mean, come on, Tom. If you came back, at least you would have had a really great, a chance to make your Doctor shine again. And you've done that in the audio adventure series. So I don't know why you had such a bloody issue with coming back back then. I mean, I know it was only just recent for you that you left the show, but I still think it would have been awesome if you actually came back then, because now you tried to come back recently in one of the 11th Doctor episodes, and yeah, come back as a different character, but and that was the another one probably will be getting down when the 4th Doctor becomes a caretaker. But we're jumping ahead of ourselves. But for myself, 4th Doctor, brilliant Doctor. Tom Baker, yeah, got a few personality issues, but overall, 4th Doctor is pretty damn good. And then after that, we had the 5th Doctor, which was played by Peter Davison, who played a vet on another show. And even Tom Baker said, "Oh God, they're replacing me with a bloody vet." So there we go. That's the 5th Doctor. Now, the 5th Doctor was highly known for being it's very punctual, very nice voice, and very nice personality. And yes, I must disagree with trying to be more reasonable with people and less over the top and less violent and less what's the word, confrontational. I'm more of a peacemaker. I try and act more about peace and doing things peacefully. So that was actually like Peter Davison's Doctor. I really did not like him that much. I mean, he had a cricketer's outfit, which is very British, which is good for being like a British thing. But again, his Doctor was just, to me, it didn't feel like the Doctor. The Doctor was always this raw and full of power and respect, and I mean, he doesn't always rant, but when the Doctor does actually rant, you know there's something wrong. This Doctor hardly ever ranted at all. So that's the reason why I love the original 1st Doctor, 2nd Doctor, and 3rd and 4th Doctor. When those guys did their rants, they really did well and held their thing. And then we have the 6th Doctor, Colin Baker. Now, I don't know if he's even in relation to Tom Baker or not. So people have to let me know if that's true or not. Maybe there's a relation to Tom, I don't know. But then we have the 6th Doctor, Colin Baker, and his very loud ranting attitudes about everything. See, this is the thing. They sort of up-ranted the value of things. Like, the 5th Doctor was very nice and fairly quiet, and then you have the 6th Doctor, who was loud and very in your face. Even his suit was in your face kind of attitude. Yes, and very self-opinionated. Yes, I'm one of the best Doctors. I am basically, he's very much unpredictable and unreasonable at times. And to be honest, he also had this technicolored dream coat kind of thing, a bit like Moses, having this coloured coat. I don't know if they were trying to make it out like a biblical reference to, like I said, like the arrogance and the irony that Joseph had when he had that suit, and that's the reason why this Doctor was very much in these arrogance and uptight thing. But I absolutely sort of liked his Doctor still, though, because it felt like he captured the erraticness of Tom Baker's Doctor with the grumpy old man nature of the 1st Doctor. So in a way, I sort of liked him, but they could have really changed up his coat and pants and stuff, because the yellow pants they put on this guy, these stripy yellow pants. Different times, And there was even a fan thing where and even a comic thing where they actually gave him like a navy blue suit, which was actually quite good. And now, but he was very good. And then we come to The Seventh Doctor. The Seventh Doctor. Yes. This is Sylvester McCoy's Doctor. The little wizard-like man who did a lot of things. There was even thoughts that he might have even been Merlin. And he was very, very witty and very self-conscious about himself. You know, battling the Daleks and the Sontarans and all that sort of thing. So this Doctor was very good. It was very a flamboyant Doctor. I really liked, the Seventh Doctor, Sylvester McCoy. He's brilliant. I really felt that he was absolutely brilliant. Although the only sad part was that the sweater here, all the question marks on, became very, very itchy and irritating. So they had to actually, also give him an undershirt to put underneath for it to wear it. And even then, that was even getting a bit itchy. So they've actually had it removed for his movie incarnation. And they should have had a run of that version where he was in this sort of brown suit. I mean, I would have loved to have seen that towards the end of Sylvester McCoy's era, but we never see that. And then we had a hiatus for years. There was no Doctor Who after Sylvester McCoy. And then we have the new Doctor, which is, hello, I'm the Doctor. This was the 8th Doctor, Paul McGann. Hello, I am the Doctor. And very British in nature. So he was very much a British Doctor. Of course, though, this Doctor was designed to be an American version of the Doctor. He was supposed to be more Americanized. That was the whole premise of this Doctor. And many people may not know, but the movie Doctor, the Doctor Who the movie, which Paul McGann starred in, was actually a TV movie, and was actually split into 2 parts, Part 1 and Part 2. For some parts, for different channels, different things. It was actually split in the middle for being a 2-parter episode. So it almost felt like an actual Doctor Who episode, and that's the way it was actually done, because it was actually the pilot episode for the new American Doctor Who TV series, and then they were going to spin off into like an American Doctor Who TV series. Now that I would have loved to have seen with Paul McGann's Doctor. And maybe even had, that other companion come back, Grace, have her come back. But we never see that again. Once she's gone, that's it. And then again, we had another hiatus after that happened. And then then we jumped straight into Christopher Eccleston's Doctor. But before that, we also have the grumpy old man. Water pistols? They're sonic screwdrivers. Yeah, sonic screwdrivers. They're a scientific instrument, and yet you're holding them like they're water pistols. Now, sorry if my voice didn't sound like his that much, but there we go. And that's the John Hurt War Doctor. Now, he was, again, another brilliant version of the Doctor. This guy had been through war and stuff, but the reason why that Doctor was invented was because Christopher Eccleston, the bitch that he is in this respect, sorry Christopher Eccleston, but seriously, you really are a bitch, mate. You're a whiny bitch. The main reason being is because Christopher Eccleston did not wish to come back to Doctor Who. Because he'd been bullied and harassed on set for his sexual gender or whatever, and a few other things happened as well. He was being bullied on set, and he never wanted to come back to Doctor Who ever again. Well, part of me says, suck it up, princess. But anyway, and I'm going to get into more of a rant about him in a minute. But John Hurt, War Doctor, yeah, he was one of the Doctors that people would like to forget. I'd love to forget Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. But anyway, let's get into the official 9th. That was 9th and a half. This is technically the 9th Doctor now, which is Christopher Eccleston with a Cockney accent, or the Cockney accent. Yeah, we don't want to stay too long on this subject. We're just doing another little Cockney accent, because every planet has a north. So, here we go. This is the Ninth Doctor, Christopher Eccleston. Now, this Doctor, I would love to have seen maybe another 3 or 4 seasons of this Doctor. He was brilliant. Oh, brilliant. You know, he was a brilliant Doctor. Yeah, I absolutely loved it. And I loved his, like I said, his catchphrases. Like, brilliant and fantastic. You know, this Doctor was really, really good. As this sort of war-stricken Doctor, he was basically, you know, what I gather, he was supposed to be the one that's supposed to have been regenerated from 8 to 10, from the 8th Doctor to the 9th. And like I said, the reason why we never see this dude again, Christopher Eccleston again, was because he was bullied from Doctor Who on set, and we never see him again ever again. He never comes back again in any kind of actual format except for the comics and the novels and the audio series. But even again, that's not even voiced by Christopher Eccleston, because the guy's such a bitch. He's such a whiny little bitch. I'm sorry, Christopher, you are a whiny bitch. You should come back to Doctor Who and stop being a little bitch about it. You know, come back to the audio series. Come back to doing it, because you were a brilliant Doctor. And then you fucked it all up because you got fucking pissed at the BBC because they didn't look after you properly and you were bullied off fucking set. Well, grow a pair of balls, man. Grow a pair of balls. You're a Doctor. Grow a pair of balls, God's sakes. So that's a bit of a rant about that Christopher Eccleston, because I think he needed a pair of balls. And if it wasn't for him saying, nope, I'm not going to do it no more. I'm not going to do conventions. Nope, I'm not even going to do the anniversary special. Because I was mistreated and I don't like it and I'm not going to do it. So stuff ya. It was basically Christopher Eccleston's kind of response. And I'm saying, well, Christopher Eccleston, grow a pair of balls, mate, and grow up. You know, you were a great version of the Doctor. Grow a pair of balls and come back to the show or come back to Doctor Who in one format or another. So it would be great to hear your Cockney accent and voice again. It would be great to hear from you again, and not being, I said, not just you, just being a whiny little bitch. Anyway, continuing on. Then we have Owlsy, the 10th Doctor. The 10th Doctor, and the 10th Doctor was really well done by David Tennant. Oh, brilliant. Again, his line was also, oh, brilliant. And you get to see that a lot of his mannerisms is what passes over into Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. So Jodie Whittaker's Doctor might as well be the 10th Doctor again in a female version. Because, but I'm not going to get to her yet. Like I said, back to David Tennant. David Tennant is absolutely brilliant. I love you, man. You're brilliant. I love his Doctor. I love the actor. He's not a bad bloke. And, yeah, he really did